Hey guys, welcome to today's episode slash video of the Girl Get Visible podcast. So I wanted to do this as a video for a couple of reasons. One, I need more stuff on my YouTube channel. Let's just be clear, right? You can definitely repurpose your stuff, and I am doing just that. This will be on my podcast, and this will be on my YouTube channel. The other reason is because I wanted to get it out pretty quickly. Sometimes my podcast is already kind of scheduled out, need some, to get things in order. And so it might be easier and faster to put it up on YouTube. And I'm actually responding to a question that I recently got in my inbox. And so I wanted to inbox this person back the answer and not wait like 5 weeks to get it once it gets into my schedule. So I wound up sending her the video. So you'll see this in the video. And yes, I am answering your question. So I got a really good question this morning from some person who's referred to me. And the question really generally was, how do I get started? Just kicked off this business. I'm really clear on my mission. I'm really clear on a lot of things. And just, wondering, how do I get started? How do I start getting found? How do I start getting out there? Not even just how to get started with SEO, which you guys know I do SEO, but just in general, how do I start getting visible? How do I start getting, my business visible? Oh, and side note for those who are from my YouTube channel, if you watch me color my hair, this is the hair color. It actually came out pretty good. So if you're wondering, is that the color? The color like from, I think Sunday, today's Friday. So color in 5 days to twist out. So this is the color that, yes, you are seeing that I did. And for those, I'll make sure I put down some links in case anyone wants the color. So I got the question, how do I get started? How do I just start getting out there? And, I've got this new business. So I realized when I saw the question, because I was thinking, well, what can I send her to help answer the question? I realized I answered this question a lot on podcasts, because on podcasts, everyone always asks me, what are the 3 things that you would tell somebody getting started? What are the things you would tell someone who has never done anything around SEO or anything around content marketing? What are the things that you would tell them to get started? And so, of course, I give a great answer, give them all the information. And I realized I never told you guys this information, which is probably bad. I'm sorry in advance. So I never told you guys exactly, what are the kind of first steps you should do to get started. So I wanted to come on and do a quick, like I said, episode slash video. So it'll be in 2 places and lots of places for you to find it and answer just that question. If you're just getting started with your business, what are the things you should do to start getting yourself out there? So I'm going to start with some of the things you should not do. And I got notes. You guys know me. When we got notes under a bunch of stuff, like we got notes, it's about to get serious, right? So I want to start with what are some of the things you should not do, because this is what I see most businesses do and think that this is going to really get them somewhere fast or propel them forward. And I want to, break those myths really, really fast, really, really easy for you guys. So the first thing is depending on friends and family. While your friends and family may applaud you and clap for you and at least, like a page or say, hey, 2 big things with that. And I know I probably said this before. One, they may not be your target audience. Just because even if you start like a women's clothing company and you're like, well, they're women, they wear clothes, that does not make them your target audience. Different women like different things. If you are starting a business that deals with other businesses, a lot of my folks are B2B, they're even less of your target market, because while you may think everyone needs a side hustle and everyone needs to start a business, that's not necessarily true. Some people like to be employed. Some people are in school. Some people are, full-time momming. There's so many things that people are doing with their business. No amount of you saying everybody needs a business is going to make them start a business. So again, they just aren't your target market, at least not now. Maybe they'll change their mind later, right? But at least right now, they're not really your target market. The second thing is, a lot of people who tend to know us, they tend to sit back and wait. Like I said, they'll applaud, they'll clap, they might even share some things. Not that they're not supportive, but they may not take that quick, like, let me be your customer real quick leap that you need. And they may not also have the network to get you out there and get you in front of people. Imagine if the Walmart folks only sold to the people in their family. Now, granted, we know now they have a big family, but but imagine it was their only Walmart shopped at Walmart and only the Starbucks founder's parents came to drink his coffee. Like, you're just going to max out if you don't get out there beyond your inner circle, even your outer circle, but beyond your own circles, you're going to max out pretty quickly, and you're going to make the climb a lot harder. The second thing I put down is that do not just start posting about your business everywhere. That is one of the least things, especially in such an oversaturated market. And when I say oversaturated market, every market is right now. If you're on Facebook talking about anything, it's oversaturated. There's so many things going on right now. There's so many people thinking and doing and working on other stuff. There's so many other businesses putting out their things, paying for ads, all the other good things, that you just constantly posting that you've got a business, or here are your products, you got a business, here are your products, here are my products, I got a business. You just constantly posting and saying those things is not going to bring your audience. Again, not going to bring the way you want to, not going to get people like stuck looking at your stuff. It's just not going to bring people into the matrix of your business. It's funny, just yesterday on the Girl Get Visible page, I created a post that said, I forgot the exact quote. It's actually a quote from me, but I forgot exactly what it is, the exact words of the quote. But it was saying that, you want to build an audience, not just build visitors. With SEO, we try to get visits to the site, but with Girl Get Visible, we also talk about building those visitors into an audience. And there's a distinct difference. A visitor is someone who just comes in, looks around, keeps going. Like, they're in and out, revolving door of visitors. An audience is someone who sits down, takes a seat, takes in everything, leaves their information. Like, so they're going to join your list, or they're going to like your page, so they're going to leave some information so that they can see you again, and they're going to come back over and over and over again. They're going to buy faster, they're going to tell more people, they're going to do all the things that a great audience does. Think about the artists that you guys know, all the versus battles are going on, and so think of all the artists that you follow. Like, you're their audience because you show up for their versus battle. Like, Luda was just on last week, and while I'm not a huge Nelly fan, I'm more of a Nelly visitor. I am a pretty good Luda fan, so I showed up for Luda. Like, I was there for it. And like this week, it's gonna be oh God, I forgot what it is. I know Bounty Killer and Beanie Man. So I'm a big fan of both of them. I'm in their audience. I'm definitely showing up. I'm sharing memes on my page. Like, I'm doing all the things. I'm trying to get other people to show up. That is an audience, as opposed to someone who is just, oh, this is cute, and keeping it moving. So that's another thing. I don't want you guys just to get on that whole tangent of just sharing out your stuff over and over again. And then the last thing that I put on the don't list is don't be obsessed with keywords. I know. Killa, are you saying, isn't SEO all about keywords? And are you saying don't be obsessed with keywords? Yes. I am. And first, SEO is not all about keywords. There's a lot more to it, which we talk about in the book and all the other things, so don't worry. It's not all to it. But in the very beginning, I see a lot of people get stuck on, I can't do anything because I don't have the perfect keywords. I really need, the perfect keywords. I really need the keywords that, that the magic keyword, which there is no one magic keyword. I really need these keywords, and they get stuck on that, and they don't really move forward the way that I want them to, and the way that they should in their business, especially, again, just getting started. The keyword's not going to magically make audience come to your site. So we need to do other things before we even really stress about the keywords. So yes, I, the SEO girl, am saying no, don't obsess over keywords when you are just getting started. You're going to naturally pull in keywords as you're doing the things I'm going to tell you in a moment. You're going to naturally pull in keywords. You're going to naturally be speaking the language of your people. You're going to naturally hit some things. And so for the very beginning, that's perfectly fine. Just get started. Like, and we're talking, when I say very beginning, we're talking week 1, week 2, month 1, that kind of beginning. Or if you have been in business for a while, so say you've been in business for a year, and I start talking about the things that you should be doing, and you realize you never did those things, then you need to take it back to like it's month 1 and do the month 1 thing. So when I say the beginning, I'm talking the very beginning. This is not the end all be all. This is the very beginning of what you should do to start getting your business out there. So first thing on my list of what you should do is to, instead of obsessing over keywords, I want you to obsess over knowing your future audience. So you already have an idea of what your business is. You already have an idea of who your business is going to help and who it's going to attract and that kind of thing, who you want to serve. I want you guys to go out there and get in those groups. I want you guys to list, not get in the groups to talk or share. You're getting in the groups to read. I want you to read their questions, read their problems, read the things that are of interest to them. So literally get a notebook, a pen, a paper, and then like spend no more than like one day just like scrolling through groups and understanding what are the things that people have question marks behind. What are some of their questions that are relevant to your business? So don't, like, somebody just asked about Target. I'm not going to talk about Target on my site because that's just not relevant to my business, right? So I want things that are relevant to my business, like this one of someone asking how can they get started and get out there. That's very relevant to my business. So that is the first thing. I want you to, instead of obsessing over keywords, obsess over understanding the questions and concerns that your audience has that your product can help to solve. So that's the first thing that I want you to do. Then now that you have all those questions and things and concerns, I want you to then take that and go create some content. Go create at least 3 to 4 pieces of content. So it could be, I prefer a blog post on your website. You should have a website, by the way. But I prefer a blog post on your website, but it can be a post on your website. It can be a YouTube video like I'm doing right now. It could be a podcast if you're just starting out with a podcast. It is not a Facebook post. It is not an Instagram share. Those are not sustainable pieces of content. Those are temporary social pieces of content. And we're going to get to that. But I need you to have like some pillar content and some pillar places that people can come back to over and over and over again. No one is going to scroll through your Facebook page to see what you wrote a month ago. Once you put it out there, it's out there and it's essentially lost for a bit or after a bit. After the very beginning, it essentially gets a little bit lost in the algorithms of Facebook. No shade to Facebook. That's how they work. We need to know how to work with them better. And I think that's the problem. The shade is not to Facebook. The shade is really to us who don't know how to work with Facebook the way we should. So I want you to put something on your site. And even if your site's not fully built out or fully pretty and all this other type of stuff, just write something. The words are what matter. Okay. So put the words on your site. So first thing I want you to do is obsess over your audience. Second thing I want you to do is take some of those things, take some of the most important things, the ones that you've seen like people write about a lot, and put them on your site. And some of the examples, like and you guys know, if you don't know, I have a an opt-in, which I'll put the link down for you guys, called 101 blog post ideas, which will give you, if you for some reason can't find your audience or nervous with the audience, it'll give you 101 ideas of things you can talk about in the beginning, and 101, you can really talk about them all year. But some of the first things are like, you know, what is it that you do? Like define what it is. What is SEO? What is content marketing? What is it that you do? Not your business, but the actual like industry, the niche. What is it to people? So first, one of the good things you start writing is what is it that you do? How do people get started? So just like I'm doing this post now, albeit a little late, but I'm doing this post now of how do you get started? So how does somebody get started with what it is you do? So like, how does somebody get started gardening? If you talk about gardening, how does somebody get started? I have a couple of folks who are like chefs and do home cooking and personal cooking. You know, how does someone get started with the right things in their kitchen? Or how does someone just get started planning a meal? So like that really basic stuff that you think, oh, everyone knows this. Don't think everyone knows this. Not everyone knows this. And these are the things that people are looking for, especially at the very, very beginning, which is when you want them to find you, because that's what people are going to work with, who I found first, right? Another one I put down here was, you know, what is it? How do you get started? How does it help them? Like people, we spend a lot of time telling people how to. Sometimes you just have to tell people why to, like why they need to be doing this, which is how does it help them? You need to encourage them that this is good for you. You should be cooking in your kitchen because it saves you money and it, you know, can help your health and, you know, good bonding time with the family, all these good things like that. You should do SEO because it gets you traffic and, you know, it saves you time and money on ads. It saves you time on posting and make sure you're getting out there fast. Like all of these things of the almost the motivational, what's going to inspire hire people to do the thing that you show them. So those are some ideas. I want you to know your audience, understand what your audience questions are, because they may have more specific questions, but just in general, these can work for any business, any industry. You can get that 101 blog post. You go to girlgetVisible.com/101 blogs, and I'll put the link in the notes too, but /101 blogs, and you can get that download that I'm talking about. So that is even more help. So I want you to create at least 3 to 4 pieces of content when you're just getting started. And then from those 3 to 4 pieces of content, I want you to now share those. Share the bits and pieces of content. You can share quotes from the content. I just told you guys, if you go to my page, if you go to Girl Get Visible on Facebook, you'll see different quotes that come directly from content I created, directly from podcast episode. And I'll tell you guys a little secret. I don't always write all those memes, those posts. My VA does it. She looks at, she listens to the episode because she does a lot of my podcasting prep. She listens to the episode, she pulls out quick quotes, and she makes the meme. So not only me like making the content is helpful, it's also helpful because it's helping me get to other pieces of content. It's helping me get to the things that I am going to share on social media. So instead of me just sharing, come buy my stuff, come buy my stuff, come buy my stuff, I'm able to share these nuggets of information. I'm able to share these good posts that help people with those beginning questions that they have. I'm able to help share things that address people's needs. And then those are the things that lead people to your site, which is why you need one, and lead people to your business, which is, really important and highly critical that you need people coming to your business. So to answer the question, how do you get started? How do you get found? How do you get out there, like that initial, like I said, first week, first month, or if you haven't done this, go back like it's your first week or first month. The initial things to really help you get out there and help you get started is first, obsess over your audience. Know what their questions are. If you ever don't know what to write, answer a question, just like I'm doing right now. And I have a whole bunch of stuff I got going on, but this is a very important question. I said, let me answer this now because it's a really good question. So thank you for sending it. But if you never know what to write, answer someone's question. People are asking questions every single day. That gives you all the content you need to really just write and get things out there for your site. So first, obsess over your audience. Second, create content around what your audience is looking for. So you can use the things I gave you. You can get the 101 blog posts, use the questions you gathered from them. There's all these places, opportunities that you can create quick content. I'll tell you guys, I'm making this video early on a Friday morning in about 20-30 minutes. So it's not even, you don't even have to take forever to make content. You just gotta throw on the camera, and this is what you should be doing. Don't say, let me go live and talk about it. Don't feel, nervous. I gotta make sure everything is perfect. You can do a quick video like I'm doing right now and start up your YouTube channel sooner than later. You can do a quick blog post and write something up and put it on your site. And let me tell you guys, like for YouTube, people think there's a difference between, just like I said, there's a difference between bloggers and people who blog for their business. There's a difference between YouTubers and people who YouTube for your business. Don't think you have to like get the thumbnails, you have to do all the fancy schmancy stuff. You have to pump out a YouTube video every single week. While those things help, and they're definitely good if you're a YouTuber, if you are doing videos that are creating content for your business, you're going to wind up sharing them anyway. So it's not about how many people find you and all other type of stuff. And my site, my page, and I've had it for a couple of years now, but I still think I have under 100 videos. I do not have a ton of videos. I've got 1.1 thousand followers, so a little bit over 1,000 followers, just off the videos that I have. So it's not necessarily about how much you're going to do or how often you're doing it. It's really getting the right things out there. I can't stress that enough. Getting on a sustainable platform. So your website is number one, website, or like YouTube, podcast, but something that's yours, not social. Those are like getting on a sustainable platform and answering those right questions, getting the right things out there. I can't stress enough how much that will help you. So obsess over your audience, create some really good content, and then use that for the initial shares of your business. That is going to pull in other people. That is going to pull in your friends and family who might have just been clapping. Now it's like, oh, she wrote something. Oh, she did something. It's funny, yesterday I just did which you guys have probably already heard, listened to the podcast. I just did the interview with Danielle Desir, who's the podcast host of The Thought Card and the author of several books and the founder of the Women of Color Podcasters Group. She's like done a whole bunch of really dope things. But one of the things we talked about, one of the things that's really propelled her business and really helped her to get out there so fast, is she's done some of the hard things. So she's written books, things people don't want to do. She's blogs, things people sort of don't want to do. She's got a podcast, things people don't want to do. So she's done the hard things before jumping into like creating the Facebook group and creating all the other things that it has helped to really propel her business forward. So I'm telling you guys, creating the content first, having those things done and out there, and then sharing those gets you so much more visibility than just jumping out there and sharing your business and posting here, there, and everywhere. So I hope this was super helpful. As usual, come join us over in the SEO Growth Mob, which is my Facebook group, where we will be chit-chatting about this, and I'll be there answering questions because I want to help you guys get out there, get found, and get visible. So hope you enjoyed the episode /video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.